Okay, what about music? There we go. What's up? We are back with another video. Let me do my review. Okay, so today I did get in contact with, the hospital did contact me, so my results came back negative. Thank God for that. I really just think like it was like my allergies are really acting up. But other than that, like my results came back for that. So that's really good. Negative for the flu, negative for COVID-19. So I'm really happy for that. But yeah, praying for all the people that are going through this pandemic. So I'm praying for them as well. So I had the pleasure of watching Chasing Dallas. I had the pleasure of watching this show. And let me tell you, this show and this episode wasn't that much to go off on. I'm going to do a little bit of reading in this show. Like always, this is the episode 10. Then we're going to jump into Ray J and Princess, okay? Because I was able to watch that too. You know, when you at home, you ain't got nothing else to do. You got time to watch more content. So as you know, last episode, Reese G was able to do a radio show. He was able to go do a radio show with George, aka Georgina. And then they was going to do this New Orleans trip. Ariel, she did not go to the New Orleans trip because she was scared because, you know, they don't like transgender women. You know, New Orleans is very, you know, that type of way. They don't like trans women like that, especially those that are clockable, because she lost one of her trans sisters in New Orleans when she went to the grocery store. This woman went to the grocery store and they killed her, and they found this woman in her trunk. So she did not go to the trip. So and this episode, they go to New Orleans. And while going to New Orleans, of course, they go into Reese G. Now, Reese G opened up and said, I'm going to take a Greyhound to Austin and take the flight from Austin to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, because he said that I don't have coins like that because I'm funding my dream. Now, it was a shady comment in the comments concerning this. It was a right shady comment in this episode. And they was like, why is they talking about, because George put a comment out there that why is Reese G staying in an Airbnb outside New Orleans? Why not stay in an Airbnb in the city? So they was like, why is, and then they was talking about, is Reese G, she always complained that she got this money. And I'm like, yeah, they always do that. They always put this persona that they booked and they busy and they got money and they struggling like everybody else. So Reese G put that comment out that I have to stay outside the city. I'm trying to fund my dreams. And I took a Uber. I took a Greyhound from Austin and flew out from Austin to Georgia to get a cheap chicken, you know, trying to be on the budget. And I'm kind of glad for the first time in this episode that Reese G was being honest, that she ain't got it like that she not this diva, that she ain't rich, you know, and that she ain't wealthy. And I'm glad that, I'm really glad that she said that. So it goes into the Airbnb. First of all, Reese G wanted to cook. He cooked some greens. Now, I'm really loving the fact that Reese G know how to cook. That's one thing that I like about Reese G. If you can cook, that's good, because you can't be that big with them jelly roll arms and can't cook no food. So she cooked some macaroni and cheese, some greens, some potatoes, other stuff, and she actually can cook. Now, George was there. George had about 3 plates, My boy was there. Trey Romack was there. Only thing I got against you, Trey Romack, in this episode, your confessionals look like you are struggling to speak. I don't know if you look like you about to have a stroke, look like you are a recovering stroke victim. I don't know, but you are struggling to speak in those confessionals. That's all I have to say about that. So they in New Orleans, they eat the food, and they finally get of course my baby wasn't there. Y'all know who that is. He wasn't there, and the he wasn't there. King Kane wasn't there because he somehow was trying to be cheap and fly on Sprint Airlines, and they had a canceled flight. And with Sprint Airlines, they wanted to fly him on a Sunday. Now, knowing Sunday, the trip gonna be over because they only in New Orleans for a weekend. So that's how that happened. So they're in the airport. Finally, they go to Bourbon Street. Georgina is so freaky. That's my type of dude. This nigga was just kissing random dudes on Bourbon Street, kissing random dudes and you know, in the hotel. I mean, not in the hotel, kissing random dudes in the club. Then they do all that kissing. The next day, they all plan to go to this SWAT tour, right? So Reese get picked up by Mikhail because he's Ubering and lifting around. That's very expensive anyhow. But anyhow, he's Uber lifting around. He said, well, then I'm going to come pick you up to go on this swamp tour. So they called George, a.k.a. Georgina, a.k.a. Pastor Greenleaf. They asked him, what's his ETA? He said it's going to be about 20-something minutes. We wait on the car. Now, mind you, George said that we rent a car. Him and his friend rent this car, and they came to Dallas to New Orleans to rent a car. They had car troubles. The truck won't go down. But he admitted to Reese G that they are waiting on a car like an Uber Lyft. And this what gets me with George. A classic case of being a stunt queen. When you ain't got it like that, just say it. I am real when it comes to my financial ability. If I don't have the coins like that, I'm going to say it. I never was that type of person to say that I got the best clothes, because I don't. I never was that type of person to say I got the best shoes, because I don't. I never say I got the best car, because I don't. I don't sit here and just live up this life and promote that you so grand, and in reality, you struggling like everybody else. Okay? Yeah, just because you work with a funeral home don't mean that you making the money. Okay, you just a usher. You're not a funeral home director. Because if you was a funeral home director, you would be getting good coins. You just there probably interning and probably helping them push the body. You probably a glorified pallbearer. But George, the reason why I'm getting on George's neck is because he gets up on this platform and he act like he's so rich, renting out an apartment, that he's such this grand, successful funeral director. I'm just saying. So that's why I'm on him a lot in this episode. He might not like me, and I know y'all probably gonna be messy and send it to him, but it's okay. It's my opinion, and can't nobody change my opinion of how I feel. So they get to the SWAT tour. Of course, Trey, Reese G, Mikhail, Carrie D, Trey Romack, they all they're there, right? It was so boring that none of them don't have no personality, because let's be real, Ariel, Trey, King Kane, they have like the personalities of the show. Like the people that went, they don't have no personality. George don't have no personality. Trey Romack don't have no personality unless he fighting or getting his ass beat. But they don't really have personality. So when they was on the swamp tour on the boat, they was playing this song, Tina Turner. Guess who got up and do extra? Reese G. Reese G got on a tight dress. He never wear clothes that fit him. Never. He never wear clothes that fit him. He get up there. They start playing the song. Make up the God out in the city, working on the man every night and day. He get out there. He just, them arms was flapping. Big wheels keep on turning. I'm proud. This is like, This man had on a green dress. If you go to the 1847 mark, you're going to get your life. I know the women, it says, sit your fat ass down. I just know the women is saying that. If you all go to the 18-minute 47 mark of that, you would definitely see that, and just pause it, and you will see the blackness of his elbows on that 1847 mark. You and just freeze it right there. So it was just that was just something, right? So they having this conversation now I really have a problem with Reese G, right? I have a really a problem with Reese G, because in this episode, can they leave for New Orleans? Pretty much the episode are pretty much is done. They're going to have to go on a hiatus because of the Miss Rona, because Reese G pushed the product out halfway done. He did not finish taping the entire season. And I told them, I said, it's not good releasing a product and all your episodes are not recorded because things happen. They didn't listen to me. Now Miss Rona is on the scene. They can't do no reunion. They can't do nothing. Half of their show have not been taped. So it's going to be a lengthy delay to get a finisher from Chasing Dallas. And already last week, they had to YouTube shut them down, is because they're playing a lot of music allegedly, and they don't have the permission of these artists to use their music. So YouTube was shutting them down to not go live stream. They're having copyright issues because they're playing people, mainstream artists, music, and they're running to these copyright issues. So that's what that was going on, right? So towards the end of the show, I'm gonna go towards something really quickly. They get to the next episode. You know how they send you a little review of the next episode, right? So Reese G is going in on, is it Antonio or Antoine? You know, the young man that came on my platform. The young man that's an artist came on my platform that do the makeup. I think his name is Antonio or Antoine. I'm just gonna say, I think it's Antonio or Antoine came up on the show. Now it's another dude on this episode that I slept with, and that he let me go in on him. He let me, he let me go on top of him. I'm gonna just say that. It was another dude in here, and I'm not gonna point him out because I know he's gonna be real embarrassed, because he let me go in on. He was like, it was just, Antonio is the guy's name. So Reese G and Antonio get into it. So Reese G want to beat up Antonio, and he talking about, you messy, I was the one to help you the thing. But this is the thing, Reese G, why don't you give Antonio camera time? You mad because he's a diva, that he wear jeans that fit him, his skin is clear, he can see his neck, he can see his feet. Get that man some camera time. You are a producer, but you are a cast member, and the boy is on the cast, so give him some type of camera time. That's all I've got to say. I mean, I'm just saying, get that boy some camera time. Like, I don't like that. Reese G, if you ain't kissing his fat ass, if you ain't kissing his arms or kissing his ass, he don't want to give you the thing. The only time Markel get all this camera time or get all this, because they kissing this man ass. Like, I just don't get it. Get that man some camera time. How you gonna try to roast and gag him and try to think like you the baddest bitch, but then you don't want to get this nigga no camera time? Give him some camera time, right? I really feel like I want to see more of Antonio in this season. I really want to see more of him. That's just my personal opinion. I want to see more of him in this season, okay? I want to see more of him in this season. That's just my personal opinion. But yes, it is a guy that was sitting down on the couch on Chasing Dallas that I had, got it in with. Because I saw him, I'm like, oh, wow, I remember him, because that was a good, nice session. Sometimes when you have good love making, you ain't going to forget. Okay, you ain't gonna forget. I didn't forget at all. So that was my review of Chasing Dallas, New Orleans edition, season 2, episode 10. I give that episode I give it an 8. I give it an 8. The SWAT thing, they could have canceled that. They could have did a little bit more. It could have been more. That was a waste. But I did enjoy Carrie D singing happy birthday to that woman. Like, that was beautiful. But I give it an 8. So y'all go over there. Make sure y'all tell them that Wiley sent you over there and everything like that. So I was entertained. Don't get me wrong. I was entertained. I can't wait for next week's episode as well. So let's talk about Princess and Ray J. They had a part 2 of their conversation. And I heard that the person that she was reiterating with, Princess kept saying, somebody kept DMing me that you were dealing with groupies, that you were dealing with this groupie that was dealing with Chris Brown and Drake, this groupie. And this particular person, first Princess said this person was her friend. Then she said it was a fan, a stranger that reached out to her in the inbox. I've heard one of the winos from Tasha K said it was Tasha K that were telling Princess all the nasty things that Ray J was doing. They said that it was Tasha K that contacted Princess via DM on Instagram. Okay, this is all allegedly. And Ray J was mad and upset about with Princess because Princess put a thing out that pretty much that she was stranded, and her fans and the public, the world took it as that she was stranded on the side of the road. Ray J had 3 or 4 deals on the table by major brands to take his company to the next level. They pulled out millions of dollars he lost from them deals for Christmas, for his scooters or whatever else he had in the works, because Princess was on there crying and hurt. And a lot of people said, how could you leave this woman, a pregnant woman, on the side of the road? And, and then she got a woman that got she got a child as well. So how can you leave this? So it was a lot that was going on. It was getting so bad that Princess was crying. And Ray J was like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I don't, because, she was really, really hurt because she was mainly hurt because he wasn't there. And Ray J is too young. He's not young. He's just not understanding that, Negro, you a man and you can't leave your woman. That ain't cool. No matter how you work that up, it's not cool to block your woman when she's pregnant. Your wife, you blocked your wife. No telling if she's dead or alive, and you're gonna block her and she go to social media. Be a man about it and make sure your wife get at home. You might not have to like her, but make sure that she's protected, because number one, your duty is to protect your wife and your family. And unfortunately, he did not do that. He was playing games. He's acting like he's 20-some years old. Nigga, you got gray hair growing out your beard. You got gray hair growing out your hair. And you need to be called out on it. And Brandy needs to call you out, and your mama needs to call you out, and your daddy needs to call you out, and don't baby you up, because you are wrong in that instance. And I hope Brandy, Mo to the E to the S to the H to the A to the, called him and told him that he was wrong. Because Princess wasn't wrong in this regard. Ray J was wrong to leave her. It's wrong to bring strippers and do that if you a married man. That's disrespectful. When your wife is pregnant and she see you cheating, then she hear from another woman with some wine that's drunk in her DM telling her what her man is doing. Do you know how embarrassing that is? You got a woman that got nappy hair sticking out on the top of her head with them busted shoes, reaching out to you in a DM about what your husband is doing. Do you know how disrespectful, how Princess must have felt? How she must have felt when she rolled over and going through it, and then she had to find out from a blogger that is getting sued by Cardi B of what her husband is doing. That have to be hurtful. That have to be hurtful. That have to be hurtful. And I don't think she can change. And this is the thing, though. I'm going to keep it going because some of y'all already here. And I'm going to drop the StreamYard link if anybody want to come on before doing the phone lines. You can come on. You don't have to show yourself. You don't want to show yourself. So I personally believe, like, a lot of women feel like they can change a man. You can't change no man, okay? You can't change no man. Ain't nothing wrong with nappy hair. Sometimes my hair be nappy. Ain't nothing wrong with nappy hair. You cannot raise no man. You can't change no man. Ain't raised no man. He's gonna do what he got to do. He had to act like a boy. You just can't. I don't care. Your ass gonna be crying because you can't change no man. Your heart gonna be broken because you can't change no man. You can't raise no man. It's impossible to change a man that don't want to be changed. You gonna be hurt. You get in that relationship and you gonna say, I think I can change him, and you gonna end up broken, alone, and hurt. He got a lot of childish ways that he got to put aside. And when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. A lot of these people did not put away, a lot of these men did not put away a lot of childish things. They are still doing childish things. And you're marrying, some of y'all marrying these men that they are a man in age, but in their mind, they're like 12, 13 years old. 14 years old. They don't understand responsibility. And so you can't change that. And you better watch and make sure that they're going to be there for you and not want to go to some strippers and go and smash other women and do it so much on social media. And then folks telling you how it is. That's disrespectful. Was I hurt that Princess was crying? Yes. I was hurt that she was crying. Yes. And that go King K in the building. And I was really, really hurt. So Ray J was definitely getting it in. And he didn't see when he did wrong. And Princess, you already know that your man ain't no good. Yes. Absolutely not. You just got to keep, he's tied it through. And I was hurt. I was kind of tearing up when Princess was crying. Like she was messing up her makeup. She was crying. And then he kept asking her, why are you crying? Nigga, you know why she crying. You hurt her. She was embarrassed. She's pregnant with your baby. This is baby number 2. And you treated me like a sidekick. You treated me like a groupie. You give groupies more love and attention and respect. And he kept saying, well, she's not no groupie. She's not no groupie. She gave me a lot of money, $20-some thousand. No, hun, what you did, Ray J, you wrong. And you need to publicly apologize to Princess. And what gets me too is disrespectful to even put this out on television. This is national television. And it's foolish. Like this conversation should have happened privately. We should not be doing commentary off of this. But I remember what Princess said. She said, the only how I can communicate him when them cameras are on. And I can believe that. Because Ray J still competing with Brandy. I'm going to say this. He's still in his mind trying to outdo Brandy, trying to be greater than Brandy in the world. And that's just not going to happen. Brandy will always be more well-known than Ray J. He's competing with that because for decades, he have always been known as Brandy's little brother. He's having an identity crisis, and he's telling y'all, I'm not nobody's little brother. I'm a man. He's trying his best to outdo his sister. And he's making a fool of the women that he's around, of his wife and his family, by doing something like that. Where a lot of women go wrong with is to fall in love with potential. I say that case here. She see his potential. Do not get married off potential and love. That's it. That's all. And you can have potential, but make sure that man is out there working and treating you right. You can have potential, but don't have all this potential. And then you sit and you up there playing games with me, sleep with other women with all that potential, putting their pain in all these other women. Because best believe if Princess will do half the things that Ray J is doing, he will literally be mad and pissed. But don't do something, and what if your wife do that? You ain't gonna be able to handle that. Well, how would you feel, Ray J, if Princess go and deal with some male strippers and go to their hotel room and get it in and do all that and post it on social media, or had a friend to be around, don't care who's seeing me or not, if they leak it to social media? You will not feel right. You will probably try to divorce her because you wouldn't like that type of attention. So have that type of respect for your wife. And I really wanted King Kane to come up on the show, but he ain't come on. I was going to ask him a lot of questions. I think we're just putting maybe he really doesn't like women. Oh, I think he really do. I just think that he just not right in the right space to commit to one woman. He still want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? He still want to have fun. I can understand if he was in his 19, 20. I can understand if he was in 20. But man, you about to be in your 40s and you acting like this. Or is he already in his 40s? He about to be in his 40s and he acting like a kid. Like, come on. You got to do better. You got to do better. You got to do better. Let me see if I can find this video. I wanted y'all to see this funny video that none of y'all didn't get a chance to see. Let me see. Let me go to it. Give me a second. I saw it on Sean King page. Let me see if I can find that video. I saw it on her page. Okay, here we go. I'm about to show y'all this funny video right quick. Let me go share this screen. And I dropped the link, so if anybody want to come on, y'all more than welcome to come on. Let me screen share this. In my humble opinion, somebody said. Here we go. All right.
Doing this the right way, but I just thought I'd let you all know I went to Mariano's today, minding my own business, and there were these women in line, and I had a cart, and I asked to excuse me, and because she was standing so close to everybody, I did this. She proceeded to yell at me and tell me I was crazy. What was wrong with me? This is not a pandemic. This is a political hoax. And of course, she got my South Side Polish dander up, which I should have just kept on walking. And I said, well, if you're not afraid, then why don't you volunteer and go to China and take care of people? Well, God damn it, why don't you, bitch? And I said, well, I would, except I have no money. Well, at that point, I had to walk away because I thought about my daughter working at hospitals, trying to save lives with this pandemic. And I thought, you know, this woman has no idea that I'm almost 75, but I'm from Chicago. And I will gladly tap her on the shoulder and ask her to step outside and proceed to kick her bleach blonde 50-year-old ass. That's all I gotta say. God bless. Take care of yourself. This is a pandemic. Be careful. I love you all. Bye. Doing this the right way, but I just.
What did she say?
And I thought, you know, this woman has no idea that I'm almost 75, but I'm from Chicago. And I will gladly tap her on the shoulder and ask her to step outside and proceed to kick her bleach blonde 50-year-old ass. Kick her bleach blonde 50-year-old ass. To kick her bleach blonde 50-year-old ass. To kick her bleach blonde 50-year-old ass. That's all I gotta say. God bless. Take care of yourself.
Hey.
This is a pandemic. Be careful. I love you all. Bye. Doing this the right way.
Okay.
But I just thought I'd let you.
Her bleach blonde. Granny from Chicago. Baby, Granny. Granny ain't playing. Granny, I wasn't ready for when I heard that, like, oh my God. Granny was like, I will kick your ass. Oh my God. Man. Oh my God. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. It's a lot that be going on out here. Granny for Chi-Town don't play. Go to shake someone. Oh my God. So you know, it's it was funny. It was funny, y'all. I've had the pleasure of watching that video, and I was like literally like getting my life off of that, because y'all know I'm a fan of Sean King. I know a lot of y'all not a fan of Sean King or whatever. Some of y'all not a fan of Sean King, but I am a fan of Sean King, right? So I get on there and I go on his podcast and I listen to his podcast, and he played that clip. I saw the clip before he played the clip. So definitely with that. So I cannot wait to see Wiley. I hope you feel better. Yes, I do. I just still got that right here in my chest pain, still coughing a little bit, but and my results came back negative. Praise God for that. So I thank God for that reason. But I've been resting too, so that's how I do the morning show this morning. I was resting and trying to catch up on some sleep and taking some cough medicine, and really taking my allergy medicine, but it's really not working like it's supposed to. So yeah, so that's definitely what I've been doing. Also, too, we're gonna talk about Madam C.J. Walker movie again in a different lens because I was able to do some more research about that movie, about the characters. Okay, so we're gonna come back and do a review of that. I don't know what time, but I definitely want to do another review of that. Because it was a lot of lies in that movie, a lot of lies that were in that movie that was not historically correct. Okay, some things in that movie, and I felt that it just didn't sound right. Because I never even heard of these things until it came out, and that's why it's so important to watch and verify. Okay, whatever you watch a movie is very important. Whoever they talk about is to do your own research. And this video clips out giving you the tea of Madam C.J. Walker and the other woman. What was her other name? Oh my God, Malone, Annie Malone. It's historians that's giving you the real facts, historical facts on both of them. And one thing that I can say, probably gonna do it right now. They put a rumor out that Madam C.J. Walker was that she stole the formula of Annie Malone. That's not true. The formula that Annie Malone and Madam C.J. Walker were doing have been out for a century before. It was a formula that have already been out. And Annie put her spin to it. Madam C.J. Walker put her spin to it. In the movie, they put it out that Annie Malone was a light-skinned black woman. That wasn't true. Madam C.J. Walker and Annie Malone was the same type of dark-skinned women. They wasn't light-skinned. Annie wasn't like this bright yellow woman. But in the movie, they made it seem like that. Another big lie that people are still repeating to this day, they're saying that Madam C.J. Walker is the first self-made millionaire. That is a lie. The first self-made millionaire is Annie Malone. She is the first self-made black woman millionaire in this country. Annie Malone and Madam C.J. Walker, from my research, had a disagreement when it comes to the business, but there wasn't beefing like how the movie was portraying. That wasn't facts, but they had a disagreement whether the business was whatever their input or what they think how the business should be. They had a disagreement, but it was nothing how the movie cooked it up. What I did not like after I researched it and watched Lady Lynn and I watched so many other content creators talk about it is because they made it seem like Annie Malone was this bitch, that she was this evil bitch. They made it seem like she was this evil bitch that was trying to take Madam C.J. Walker down. And if I didn't know no better, I would think that Annie Malone was this evil bitch and Madam C.J. Walker was a thief. If I didn't know no better, if I didn't know that you got to make sure you verify when you got Caucasians doing a movie about black women. Okay, if I didn't know no better. But I knew better to do some research and to go back. And if you all want to get more facts, historical facts, go to Lady Lynn channel, because Lady Lynn actually give you the census and a report about how much business that Annie Malone did. So when I went and I researched it, it was definitely great. They also put out one big lie that her husband wasn't ambition, that her husband wasn't nothing, that Madam C.J. Walker walked over her husband. That's not true. Her husband was just as ambitious as Madam C.J. Walker. Her husband was out there that had a dream, that wanted to do business. And that's why Madam C.J. Walker was attracted to his ambition, that he wasn't just a walkover. Let's talk about another big part, Madam C.J. Walker's daughter, the one that was played by Tiffany Haddish, that she was just lesbian and that she left her husband. She was married a couple of times. Now, who to say that she wasn't a lesbian? I'm not going to disregard that, but the movie made it seem like she just left her husband and just dealt with some punani. But facts that she remarried again, that she did some other marriages again in her lifetime. That wasn't her only marriage. Okay, so that's what I feel like in this type of thing, and I get it, and I said this is why we need more people that have more ownership over your loved one's legacy, so you can have power on how much you can talk about it to make it as historical as ever. If I was Annie Malone's family, I would be pissed off. Like, they made this woman, they literally destroy her legacy. Like, they like that to me was wrong. That to me was wrong to do. I was thinking they got the blonde black man, this yellow girl. I knew it was right. Yeah, it was for ratings, and I get it. It was entertainment factor, but again, I would hope that they will do a documentary on Annie Malone, because the world needs to know more about her story and about Madam C.J. Walker as well, with the facts. That's why I like documentaries other than movies, because the documentary, you come with the facts. You just can't juice it up into no movie. I would love to see a documentary, let it go on Netflix or Hulu or BT Plus for Annie Malone. And I wish I had the money to buy the rights of the Annie Malone story to do the documentary myself and get some people to produce it. If I had it like that, because that's going to be a money maker, because people need to know who this woman is. And they still have an Annie Malone parade in St. Louis for her, because she was the back. She helped out a lot of people. She was the first one with a Rolls Royce. Like, she pulled up in a Rolls Royce. She had money. And it's great that this not talking about 10 years ago. We talking about in the earliest 1900 that them people were making money move. They was about that bag. They was about that bag. And so I really admired that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what disagreement they had, they created opportunities for Black women. And that was incredible. So, and I'm glad we even having this conversation, but I just wanted to be more accurate. So, because I was reading the comments, they kept saying, Madam C.J. Walker's a thief. And that's not the case. She's not a thief. That formula been around. You can't sue somebody from a formula that you took, a formula that has already been out. That's not your formula. You just put your own spin to it, and you put your own marketing to it, because it's been around. Them home remedies been around forever. Yeah, so I was thinking that they got, yes, I would love the facts. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's very important. If you go to YouTube, put in Annie Malone, you will see some clips, some documentary clips, some clips, interviews about it. So go and do that. Do that research on your own. It's really good. Baby, I was doing so much historical research, baby. All on my timeline, I'm getting stuff. The French man that was on the Titanic and how he died. He was married. He's from Haiti. He was a Haitian married to a French woman. They were on the Titanic and how he died. So it's a lot of historical videos that I'm getting, because I was like doing so much research, because I was kind of pissed that they did this story the way they did it. And then they've got Octavia Spencer keeps saying that Madam C.J. Walker was the first self-made Black millionaire, and that's not the case. That's not the case, because you're repeating a damn lie. Because if you do your research, you will find out that it was Annie Malone that was the first one. And put some respect on that woman's name. And I was like, damn, I can't wait. I'm going to have to do some more research, because I ain't done yet. I got to get some family members on the line. I'm gonna have to probably get her grandkids on the line, some of her descendants, because I want to know, how do they feel about that movie? I'm still doing some. My producers, we are on it. I said, listen, track them down. Let's do an interview, because I want to know how they feel about that movie. Oh, Wiley. Yes, I saw that today in my timeline. You did? Yeah. So I've been watching a lot of historical stuff, because after that incident happened, I just went and watched a lot of that. Get her gray. She posted on Instagram about it. They look just like. You know what? Send that to me. Love ya. Please email, DM that to me, and DM me her Instagram. Please do that at Wiley Show. DM it to me, because I want to interview her, like, because I want to know her side, her great granddaughter. I want to know, because I just don't like that narrative out that way. Okay, thank you. About Annie Malone, I just didn't like. I was kind of pissed. I was really pissed off that they pretty lied about me. It got me saying, oh, Madam C.J. That's what I'm saying. It ain't good to run with stuff until you do your research. You got to do your research. And I'm glad I did mine after the fact. I'm so glad that I humbled myself and did that research and watched them channels. And I learned so much about Annie Malone. Like, I was like, wow. And Madam CJ Walker. So now we know it was not just one, it was two. And it's no telling how many more millionaires that have been out there creating things for us. And that's why it's so important to tell our stories and everything like that. So I thank Netflix in this regard that they were able to tell this story, to have this conversation. So no telling what's going to be birthed after this situation. I really thank them for that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would have hoped and prayed that it would have been a little bit more historical facts and not just entertainment. No, I guess what I saw on my timeline. Yes. Oh, you saw it on your timeline? Yes. Yeah, I know you're gonna see it on your timeline because a lot of stuff just doing it. All right. Thank you all so very much. Clarifying it and sent it. Thank you. Let me see. Thank you. Let me see what's on. Somebody sent it to me. Oh, you said it to me now? Okay, whenever you said it to me, let me know. Okay, the House just passed a stimulus package that doesn't create a stimulus for workers. On $75, let it get one direct payment. One direct payment of $1,200. Married couples earning up to $150K gets $2,400 plus $500 per child. Payment scale down by income. How long are we waiting for the next package? So that's just like one payment. So we shall see. So they did pass that. Sorry, didn't mean to change this. Okay, so hey, Miss Energy. So yeah, so that's what they're with that. So they did pass that deal. So you all be there for that. They did definitely pass that. Definitely pass that. Oh, I know that's gonna come up. I thought you were talking about something else. Chinese, they said Chinese to pay us all. Oh my God, you are something else. that just definitely not gonna happen. But it's something when they can come up for $1 trillion, and people have been fighting for African Americans to be getting some type of reparations and some type of income, and for slavery. And they said, we don't have that money. They ain't in our budget. There's no way. It's too expensive. They can come up for $1 trillion and bail out companies and corporations. So don't tell me this country don't have the money. They have the money when it's convenient for them. Okay. But when it's convenient for Black folks, for folks that ancestors that built this country, we don't have the money for that. But we have the money for this. So that'll let you know. All them people talking about Bernie Sanders. Oh my God, it's too expensive for free education, free healthcare. That'll be billions of dollars. But they came up with $2 trillion for this. So don't you tell me you ain't got that money. You got it when you want to spend it for your benefit and what you think is right. But anything else that is against your belief, oh, we ain't got it for that. No, that's that what was the term that they were using? It's a term that they were using. They was calling I forgot the term that they were using. Oh my, Bernie Sanders, that's it's no way we can do that. We are a democracy. We're not a what's the term? Y'all gonna post it in the comments. We're not that. We don't have the money for that. But this pandemic came out. Socialism, yes. Socialism is the one. Socialism is the one. Yep, socialism is the one. So definitely for that, socialism is the one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's why they kept saying socialism. But now in this instance, you will be social when you're dealing with a pandemic. You will be social when you're dealing with a pandemic. Okay? So now they definitely dealing with a situation and everything like this. Now you will be social. All right. Thank you all so very much. God bless you all for coming through for another episode. I can't wait to get my check, 1,200, whatever how much it is, because I need it. Okay, I need my check. I need my check. How many need? We need some checks. Okay, they keep raising age for people to retire like they don't like the money for old folks. You know, they always doing it because they know it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. It's really, 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 really crazy. Okay, this is her niece, Annie Malone. Ooh, yes. Give me a second. Give me a second. Are you okay if we may ask? Sorry to these. Yeah, that was her niece. So yeah, so I'm saying this. So I'm saying, look, she looked just like her. Look just like her. I definitely see it right here. You right. Look just like her. They look. Yeah, yes, she do. She got her features just like her. Ooh. He's fine, Sasha. He may have been his allergies tested negative for everything. Yes. Thank you for that. So yeah, I tested negative for everything. So it's just probably like my allergies are like really, really acting up. Yeah, they're twins. They look just like, and she's beautiful. She is beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful. she's. I'm looking at her now. Yeah, she did. But one thing that she needs to do, she needs to do interviews. Yeah, she needs to come and do interviews as well. We're going to make you go back to work since it's saying negative. Yeah, they're gonna make me go back to work. I'm there for it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning into an episode of the Wiley Show. God bless you all, and we'll be back with a new video. Okay, after this, I'm gonna come back. So I will see y'all later. Peace. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.